What's up, everybody? Kyle here at Let's Talk Wax, and today we're going to be taking a look at my updated 2025 Bowman autograph checklist breakdown. In this video, I'm going to have the top prospects on this checklist right now and a bunch of sleepers for y'all as well. I'm not going to cover this entire checklist. If you want to find my complete breakdown, you can find that over on my Patreon page. But we are going to start off with my Let's Talk Wax rank guide quick. Over on the left, you can see CR and PR. I'll get to those in a minute. But here is my current player ceiling ranking that is based on my opinion. Elite being MLB MVP ceiling, and a 7 being upper level minor league player. And as I mentioned before, the PR is the previous rank before my update, and the CR is the current rank based on what the hitters are and pitchers are doing right now. So a quick look here, and we'll get back to the hitters. We'll kick it off with them, of course, the most important ones. We're going to go with Aaron Estrada, who is all the yellow players are going to be our sleepers, and all the green highlights are going to be our top prospects on this list. But we got Aaron Estrada. He's a current rank of 3.5, a $7 auto, very, very cheap. He's got some high ground ball to fly ball rates, which are crushing his ISO, but he is making solid contact and has plus speed. So a guy to watch potentially there if he does run into some more power. We've got Charlie Condon, one of the top prospects on this list, obviously. He is doing a little bit better. He was playing very well in high A, hitting 312 with a 109 ISO, was promoted to double A, I think a couple of days ago. This is recorded actually on the 4th of July. The power hasn't really shown up for Condon yet, which is kind of surprising based on his college power output, but 3 home runs so far in 2025 and a promotion to double A. I did bump him from a 1.5 to a 2 based on the lack of power production so far with a wooden bat, which was one of my concerns, how he would handle a wooden bat at the minor league level. Next, we've got Edwin Perez with the New York Yankees. He's a catcher and a big sleeper for me. The numbers don't really stick out, hitting 219 with an 029 ISO, but he's 19.1, just turned 19, playing in low A, so he's very young, and he's got amazing underlying data here for his age. An 18.6 walk rate, a 19.5 K percentage, and a 6.3 swinging strike percentage, which is really immaculate for a kid his age, and his chase rates are also very, very low. So I do expect him to possibly improve his numbers as he grows. He could not. All these sleepers, all the guys in yellow are very long shot sleepers. They are not locks to become MLB superstars or even make the MLB. They're just guys who are very intriguing to me, and I think could have some rises in price, as they develop as players. But he's a $5 auto. I almost got a purple auto on eBay last night, but I lost the auction. I think it finished for like $8.50 with $5 shipping. So a $13 purple auto for Perez. Super cheap, and he's a Yankee. As long as he doesn't get traded, his value should usually stay pretty high. Eduardo Quintero is probably one of the hottest performers in 2025 so far in all of minor league baseball. He's got a 451 weighted on-base average, a 312 batting average, 13 home runs, 33 stolen bases. His K percentage is a little bit high, but his production is absolutely amazing. A 163 WRC plus, just an amazing year so far for Edgar Quintero. He went from a 2.5 to a 2 for me in the latest update. So we've got 2 sleepers here as well. Emilian Petre, he's off to a solid start. He's a good candidate to possibly heat up in the back half. He was a 2nd round draft pick out of Kentucky, an SEC player. I always have I always favor SEC bats. But pretty good numbers, 272 batting average, 6 home runs, 8 stolen bases. His cards are only $5, so they're super cheap right now, and I got him a Let's Talk Wax rank of 3. Engulf Arena is another guy who could be a possible sleeper, another $5 auto, 8 jacks, 8 stolen bases. He's only hitting 209. He's got great K-walk data, swinging strike data. He's got a 9.0 swinging strike percentage. Isn't elite, but it's still pretty good. Anything under 10 is pretty solid for me. He takes walks, he rarely punches out, and he's got a little bit of thump. So if he can make some more contact, that would be great. He's had a really rough injury history, which hasn't really helped him. He only got 37 plate appearances in 2022, missed the entire 2023 season, and played in the complex league last year. So a lot of variables here for Arena that probably get overlooked by most prospectors. But like I said, he is hitting 209 over a large sample size at 20.9 in low A, but there's really good underlying data, and that's what I look for with a lot of these guys. And he's got 8 home runs and 8 stolen bases. So maybe a guy to check out for $5. I've got him at a 3.5. Franklin Arias has some of the best contact data in all of minor league baseball. I think his ceiling is going to be dependent on how much power he gets to as he develops. He's only 19.6 playing in high A right now, with 4 home runs, 5 stolen bases at 281 batting average. He absolutely obliterated low A and didn't take the Red Sox long to promote him. He's Let's Talk Wax rank of 2. And as I mentioned before, the guys in green are the top prospects. The guys in yellow are the sleepers. Hayden Alvarez was an interesting prospect. He's a $15 auto. I don't really know how much I like Hayden Alvarez at that price, but it's still cheap for the numbers he's putting out. A 413. I need to fix this right here. This needs to be in red. It's one of the most important stats. Weighted on base average of 413, hitting 346 at 18.2 years old. He's got a high ground ball to fly ball rate and limited power, but like I said, his contact skills are really good. He's only 18.2, but I'd like to see what he does in low A, if he can get promotion to low A maybe at the end of the complex league. We'll see what happens. But like I said, $15 is still cheap, but I don't know if I'm willing to pay that much for this guy right now as it stands, but he still is sort of a sleeper with that price. Yancel Luis is a $5 auto. He's got a 308 weighted on base average, 260 batting average, 15 stolen bases. He's very, very cheap, but the high ground ball to fly ball rates and the swing and strike percentage kind of dampen his raw power. 20.2 years old, so he's kind of young for high A still. But some speed there, some K percentage is low, doesn't walk much, but there is some unique numbers there for a $5 auto. A guy to keep an eye on. Probably not one of my favorite sleepers, but just a guy to keep an eye on for sure. Jesus Mate, another guy with excellent underlying data and athleticism. I think his ceiling is going to be dependent on how much power he gets to. Super athletic shortstop, hitting 277 with 4 home runs and 36 stolen bases so far. And he's a $150 auto. Very, very expensive. I'm going to get to a cheaper option for Jesus Mate here in a minute. We've got Johnny Level, one of the guys I really like out of the Giants organization. He doesn't have any like jaw-dropping physicality, but his numbers are really good so far in the complex league. At 297 batting average, 7 home runs, 13 stolen bases, good walk rates, really good K percentages, swing and strike percentages in check. All the boxes kind of check out here with him. I would love to see some data in low A, but he's an exciting young prospect that's still very cheap at $25. Now, if you enjoyed this content and you want to help support the channel, I've got access to my Patreon page, link in the video description. It's only $5 a month, and you guys get access to breakdowns just like you saw here for every release since 2020. I'm actually in the process of updating all of those right now as we approach the midway point of the 2025 season. I've got team break guides, my Juggernaut stat-based prospect rankings for all prospects under the age of 24 with 100 plus plate appearances. I've actually got 2 sets of those for each month. I update them monthly. I've got a top 150 Bowman Chrome Autos under $50 list and a private Discord server with over 500 members. It's an awesome place to be. My man Bobby does a really good job of helping me out there and keeping the server going. Lots of discussions there. You can advertise your breaks or whatever you want to advertise over there. Promotion, call-up news, just lots of cool stuff going on over there. If you want to check out my Patreon page, I'll put a link to it in the video description. The Password is off to a big start this year so far. He's got 12 home runs. He's hit 9 since his promotion to AAA. So just big power surge in AAA. He did increase his K numbers a little bit. He's got a higher K percentage, 6% higher than normal. The swing strike percentage increased, but the power took a huge jump. So He did make a big power surge, but it did come at the cost of some K numbers, and he's a $50 auto right now. JJ Weatherholt is going to rank in at 2, hitting 302 with a 144 ISO, 5 home runs, 13 stolen bases. He's another guy with really exceptional underlying data. 6.5 swinging strike percentage, has taken more walks than strikeouts so far this year. But I really think the power, like again, with most of these prospects and the way that prospecting is now and in the hobby, power is a huge factor in the value of prospects as they grow. So JJ Weatherholt, a guy to keep an eye on for sure. We've got Jonathan Long with the Chicago Cubs, 23.4. Outside of his age, he's a big bat that could see a call up in 2025. He's got 11 home runs so far, 315 batting average, 166 ISO. Really good numbers across the board. He's a first baseman though, so that's going to be tough for him to crack the big leagues. Josue Roseno, huge power surge in 2025. He's probably one of the hotter prospects, or if not the hottest, one of the hotter ones, I should say, with Quintero. But he's got 15 home runs in 2025 so far. Last year, across a 176 plate appearance sample size, he only hit 2. In 2023, he only hit 7. So you can see the huge power surge, and it didn't come at the cost of any K numbers. His K numbers are still really, really solid. So Briseño is a huge bat so far in 2025. And I've got stud here in question mark because the numbers are just pretty crazy. He's only a $45 auto still, so quite cheap, I think, for the production so far in 2025. Kevin McGonigal, Jacob Wilson type contact numbers, and is actually growing into more power. Hitting 368 with a 7.6 swinging strike percentage, more walks than strikeouts. Like, this guy has Jacob Wilson written all over him offensively, but more power so far. He's hit 7 home runs and 161 plate appearances. Last season he hit 5 home runs and 328 plate appearances. So the power does look to be increasing a little bit, but definitely got to keep an eye on. May end up being one of the top players in this release. I've got him at a 1.5. I did jump him from 2 to 1.5 based on the fact that he is growing into a little bit more power. Everybody knew the hit tool was there, but the power looks like it might be coming on a little bit more in 2025. Kadim Diawara, not sure if I pronounced that right. I didn't do a ton of research on this guy, but his underlying data was really, really good, and that's another thing I look for. He broke his thumb at the end of May, and that injury, you know, does affect you when you miss that much time going into the season. So he's hitting 302, 12.3% walk rate, 16.9% K percentage, and 7.8% swinging strike rate. 21.9 years old, playing in high A, could be a sleeper there, is only $5. Kyle DeBarge, $10 auto. Pretty solid numbers. Got 44 stolen bases plus speed, and offensive production is solid. And he's a guy, you know, that could be heat up in the back half. He was drafted 33 overall in the 2024 draft. So a guy to watch for sure for a really cheap buy-in. Luis Pena is the guy I was talking about. If you can't afford Made, Pena is a much cheaper option and actually has some really good numbers too. He does switch between third base, second base, and shortstop, but the majority of his reps are still coming at shortstop. 18.6 years old. He's got youth athleticism, speed, hit, power. I mean, just he's got it pretty much all, and he's only an $80 auto. So almost half the price of Made if you can't quite afford him. Nate Nankill makes solid contact, but he doesn't have a whole lot of juice. He's old for his level, but like I said, he's hit 300 across 2 seasons, and he's a $5 auto. So definitely got to check out there. 22.7, definitely needs a promotion to AA, but he's still a sleeper in my book at that price. Slade Caldwell has slowed his production since his promotion to high A. You can see he's batting $169 over a smaller plate sample size, but he did dominate low A while he was there. He's got high K percentages, especially in low A. It's kind of reduced in high A, which is strange, but his ground ball to fly ball rate is what concerns me and why I'm only staying at a 2.5 with Caldwell. He needs to get the ball in the air more if he wants to hit home runs, and like I said, a lot of these guys have power dependent ceilings, and I think Caldwell's going to be one of those type of guys. Yannick is a $10 auto. He's a catcher with some thump. He does have some swing and miss issues. That's something to be aware of, but he's one of the top defensive catchers in the Giants minor league system. him, and he does have a little bit of thump with a 174 ISO so far in 2025. The K data could get better, but he's a super cheap auto at only $10. We will jump into some pitchers here quickly. There's only a few that I really want to cover. Not a ton of studs in this book, but we got Jonah Tong, $80 auto. He's got lights out stuff. His numbers are immaculate. Santiago Suarez is a first chrome only, so you could probably get his stuff for pretty cheap. He's going off to a pretty hot start in 2025 so far. Thomas White's one of the top ranked pitchers in the Marlins organization. His numbers are lights out too. It's 1.17 ERA since his promotion to Double-A. And we've got Didier Fuentes, who had his major league call-up at 20.1 years old. But that is going to wrap up this breakdown with the sleepers. Like I said, the sleepers in yellow and the top prospects in green. Let me know who y'all are chasing still out of this release. It's one of the freshest out of Bowman. And y'all have a great day. A quick shout out to all my Patreon level 3 sponsors. You guys rock. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new content. And y'all have a great day.